So here's the thing. Alright, here we go. Marciana. We have supporter, shotgun, iron, burst skill 2. Hey, I did say that if it was burst skill 2, it might be worth considering. Okay. So that's one thing. Drone supporter, skill 1, activates last hit bullets, affects all allies, recover 10.95% of attack damage every for 3 seconds. Last bullet, if it's a shotgun, I think it's with 9 bullets divided by 1.5, it takes like 6 seconds. So roughly 50% uptime. Now it depends, yeah, if it's a clip shotgun or a full reload shotgun. I would say it's probably gonna be a full reload shotgun rather than a clip shotgun. If it's a full reload shotgun though, usually they have less energy burst also. Wait, actually, wait, can't we just see on the do they have right here?
끝나면 협동 평가
Okay, you know what? Let's watch it.
학생들 개인 면담. 이후에는 새롭게 도입하는 수업의 시범 운영이 있습니다. 본격적인 수업을 시작하겠습니다. 수업에 모두 집중해 주세요.
Not clip. Unless it's unless that's a different thing, but it's not clip. So that means that she will have roughly 50% uptime. Well, actually, it's not 50% because there's also the reload time. So it's actually not 50%. It's a little bit like maybe 30%, 40% uptime of like lifesteal, which that's not bad considering. Think about it for a hot second. How long do lifesteals usually do? Right? Like you think about it, like go look at Helm and look at like Bulk Wang, look at Milk. They're 40-second burst lifesteals. So this one has more uptime, which will actually, it might be more consistent to keep your team up alive. And let's move down here also. Cooldown is 20 seconds, affects all enemies. So this is not enemies, it's it says allies on the Korean one, so affects all enemies. Affects all allies. Storage, if the target obtained a healing effect that exceeds the character's max HP, excess portion will be stored up to 27% of the caster's max HP, lasts for 7 seconds. Okay, so it's a buff that you get, and then whenever you get healed, it becomes like an excess HP. Okay. And then defense increase for all allies also. Defense increase. Caster's defense for 10 seconds. Oh, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Activates when using burst skill. Affects all allies. Recovers 28% of caster's final max HP as HP. Okay, so whenever she's bursting, she will also heal. She might end up being like a really good healer. And the fact that, here's the thing, right? Like in multiple of the solo raid like that we've talked about, B2 defensive healer have been kind of difficult to obtain. So our second B2 healer after Blank, there are other pseudo B2 healers, right? Like Folkwang technically is, but it's every 40 seconds, right? And it's a lifesteal. And then you have a Uni, but her healing is kind of abysmal. And you have Quincy, but it's also just not everyone, right? So yeah, this is probably the second like main healer, or like a good healer. It's funny though that Blank has extra bonus healing and also damage increase, right? Their damage taken debuff, but this is only just a healer. But then again, to be fair, Blank is, she needs to be partnered with Noir for it to be every 20 seconds. Yeah, so based on this, she is max full reload. So yeah, the uptime on this skill one though, it seems like it will keep the team pretty healthy. So I could see this unit being very useful for solo raid. Yeah. Yeah, I would probably get at least one copy just to, for sure, like for flexibility on this solo raid. But you know, that's a competitive thing. People who don't have Blanc too, this is some unit that would be good for burst too. Yeah, actually, yeah, looking pretty good. Even on my free account, yeah, I would probably get it because like my free account doesn't have both bunny girls, so I'll probably get it. Is she better than Quincy? I would say so, in terms of, because most of the time, well, Quincy does provide a little bit more damage, but like usually when we decide to use Quincy, it's actually either for healing or I guess like buffing 2B. But yeah, but otherwise, like if we needed it's primarily when we need like a healer. Yeah, we usually run out of healer in burst 2 position, especially when burst 1 and burst 3 are very demanding. Burst 1, you know, has like the optimal buffs, right? You have Litter, Dorothy, Miranda, Volume. That's already like super taken. And then like the last one, really, we're just waiting for like a really good one. I want to save gems though. I think it's fine to save gems also because she's not gonna be a mandatory for like a lot of progression. She's a solo raid competitive thing, right? And I don't think she's gonna be limited. So I think it's gonna be fine. I don't see why a lot of people probably don't need her. Like for example, if you have bunny girls, then technically you don't really need her. Yeah, Union Raid is kind of like whatever's, but since it only requires 3, I think we can kind of get away with it. You know, you have Rapunzel, you have Helm, so, and then you have bunny girls, so that's another thing. Yeah, and the burst too is like that flexibility thing, but it's like I said, I did say from the first talk about her that if she end up being burst 2, she might end up being pretty good for like solo raid. What faction? She is Elysian. I'll probably get one copy of her. Now the thing is, like, am I gonna need testing on this? Probably not. A lot of, yeah, so we're probably not gonna have like a testing for this. I will pull, and I don't see any other like main thing. I'll do minimal testing, maybe see if she can sustain A2, for example, like if she's good with A2 or not. So that's one thing to consider, but otherwise she's looking promising for solo raid.